Today, we live in a society that is oversaturated with so much negativity. We see it everywhere. We see it on the news. We see it on TV. We read about it on social media. We hear about it in conversations. And the world is just being force-fed with destruction, terror, chaos, and violence. It's no wonder why people in the world seems to have gone mad. Negativity is so poisonous and so toxic that it can spill over into your perception, that it can spill over into your attitude, that it can spill over into your actions and your thoughts. But depending on what your perception is, will determine your focus. See, there are two distinct sides to everything. You have your good, and you have your bad. You have your ups, and you have your downs. You have your negatives, and you have your positives. You could be in the same environment as someone else and have two different perceptions. You could be on the beach on a nice sunny, warm day, enjoying the breeze brushing against your skin and the waves crashing against the shore, just relaxed. And a friend could come up to you and say, "It's too hot. Let's get out of here and get some shade." You could give a gift to someone that you believe deserves something special. And they could say to you, "I don't deserve that. Take it back." You could tell a family member or a spouse about your dreams and aspirations. And they may say to you, "That's not going to work." Some people are so negative, always thinking about what could go wrong. Some people are so negative that the only time that they develop is in the dark. Because it's no wonder why they can't see the positives. Because there is no light in a dark room. And when there's no light, there's no hope. There's no possibilities. And when there's no possibilities, there are no alternatives. But how do you change something you cannot see? Before I started my dreamer's journey, which is the process I identify in my book as the process of pursuing your dream, I had no blueprint, I had no help. I didn't even have enough courage to speak. I had no idea how I would start a speaking business. If you would have asked me or told me 10 years ago, "Thomas, you're going to be a public speaker," I would have looked at you like you were crazy. If you would have said to me 10 years ago, "Thomas, you're going to write a book and be an author," I would have said, "No way. That's somebody else. That's not me. I don't know that guy." And if you would have told me that I would have a business and that I would become a public speaking coach, I would have thought you were smoking something. Because I didn't believe that that was possible. So today I want to talk to you about the alternative. And oh, what an alternative it is to live the life of a pessimist. Someone who is always looking at the wrong in every situation. Someone who is always looking at positives and turning them into negatives. Someone who is always complaining and doubting his or her potential. When I started to realize that there was no real purpose that I was living in terms of my career and passion, I didn't really identify what I wanted to do with my life until I turned 30. So leading up to 30, I was just doing what I thought everybody else was supposed to do. Get a job, make some money, pay some bills, and maybe retire one day. And there was no passion in that for me. And I needed something that served a different purpose for my life. So when I started developing my communication skills, attending Toastmasters meetings to try to sharpen my skills and get over my fear of public speaking, I didn't know what my message was going to be. I didn't know that I was going to even start a business. I didn't even see myself training other people. I just wanted to make myself better, communication better, get over these fears. And they say that your purpose sometimes finds you. That some people find their purpose in others, sometimes their purpose finds you. And that's what happened with me. All of this came to me in a dream. And that dream was to inspire. But what's my message? They don't want to hear what I have to say. I can never help inspire and transform somebody's life through my own words, through my own story. And that's the constant thought process that I had going on in my mind. This dialogue that just kept talking, that kept saying, you're not good enough. This isn't going to work. This isn't you. And I remember a conversation that I had with my mom. And she always used to tell me this when I was a kid, and I never really realized what it meant. She would say, son, a negative mind never lives a positive life. And I never really took that to heart, growing up, because I just kind of overlooked it. I was like, yeah, okay, mom, thanks, you know how you are when you're a kid. In one ear, out the other. But then when I started searching for a deeper meaning and purpose for my life, and I started pushing myself, that conversation came to me and hit me with full force. It's not easy pushing yourself to do something you've never done before. But I had to do it. I had to change my life. And I remember what my mom told me about the negative mind never lives a positive life. And I went back to her and I told her, Mom, I finally get it. She said, finally? I said, Mom, stop playing. We had a good relationship like that. But she said, son, I'm glad that you understand now that it's important to practice what you think. And I thought about that and I said, you know what, Mom, you're absolutely right all this time. I should have listened to you from the beginning. In order to change something, to make a positive change in the way that you're thinking, the way that you are approaching life, I learned that it is very important to practice what you think. You've got to practice what you're saying to yourself. Every day, I made a mission. The moment that I quit my job to pursue my dreams, to become my own boss, to live life on my own terms, to try to get over these fears and anxieties, is that I had to have a positive resource. I had to have a constant reminder to practice what you think. I would set reminders on my phone, little affirmations to tell me that you're good enough. You have so much potential. Good things happen to you every single day. And it was this positive energy that I was building. And it was helping me become more aware of how negative I was. It takes work to reprogram your thinking, especially when you live the life of someone who is always seeing the wrong, always seeing what could go wrong, with the negative side of things. And the more I kept practicing and surrounding myself with people and reading books, the more I realized how much better life can be. Because it's not so much that the negative mind never lives a positive life. It's more so that you can only thrive and live a positive life if you practice what you think and you believe. My problem was that I didn't believe in myself. And I had this negative view, all because I was covering up the one root cause of the problem. I didn't believe. So I realized in order to change, you have to practice what you think. So how do you practice what you think? Well, you've got to start telling yourself something different, a different story, an alternative. When you're faced with a challenge, what are you saying to yourself? What does it take to go from a negative point of view to a positive perspective? You've got to acknowledge the problem, address it by practicing what you think. Because the life of a pessimist, someone who's always looking at the wrong, who's always looking at the negative, someone who is doubting their potential, will never live a life full of possibilities and opportunities, the positive side of life. And now that I have fully come to terms that the way to really expanding on my dreams and my goals and aspirations is to really look at the possibilities, the positives. Now that I understand that, I want to share what I've learned and give that back. And to me, that is purpose. The purpose to inspire, the purpose to help enforce change that's positive in other people's lives. Because I had other people like my mom plant those seeds in me. Remember that a negative mind never lives a positive life. And the only way that you can change that is to practice what you think. Now, I want everybody to, if you have a phone with a video recorder on it, I want you to pull it out real quick. I want you to do a selfie with it. Yeah. Just a video, record a video selfie real quick. And I'll tell you what to say. I'm gonna count to 3. Everybody's gonna hit record. All right? Let me know when, let's see if we can get everybody going real quick.
Timer?
Recorder, video recorder. All right, does everybody see their face in the phone? Yeah? All right, so on the count of 3, you guys are gonna hit record, okay? Ready? On the count of 3, everybody's gonna hit record. Make sure you're video yourself. 1, 2, 3. Start recording. All right, now I want you to look at yourself in the frame. Nice. And I want you to repeat after me as you're looking at your device. Practice what you think.
Practice what you think.
No, come on, give me some more energy. I want you to say, practice what you think.
Practice what you think.
Come on, let's give it some more conviction, some more energy. Practice what you think.
Practice what you think.
I'm not convinced. Do it again, one more time. Practice what you think.
Practice what you think.
Now I want you to revisit this every day. Anytime that you have a challenge that you're facing, anytime something doesn't work out, or you're wondering what the possibilities may be, I want you to revisit this video and remind yourself to practice